It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say.
KBL, you a menace.
Yeah. It's a lot of little boys out here talking that talk, but ain't spinning and walking that walk. 5 bills to get you whacked. 50 shots up in the Smacc. Face shots to make the news. We just step when they relax. Group chats to get you tapped. Forehead up in my lap. When they pump, we run it back. Tell my youngin' cut no slack. 5 bills to get you whacked. What's the good old big deal with the good old people, man? It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about nothing but what the check say. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing. And press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy Young and Hefe. And I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. The recipient of Hot Topics is my boy Smacc from back on Fig, and as well, my partner T-Rail. So, on my way back from No Jumper, I believe, on the freeway, I had tapped in on Instagram. And when I tapped in on Instagram, I see my boy Smacc talking. And when I see my boy Smacc talking, he talking about back on Fig. He talking about lawyers, lawsuits, and how he gonna have his lawyers holler at T-Rail. So, I guess right now my boy Smacc is in Texas handling other business, so he can't get to the business at hand. Now, when I'm hearing Smacc say this, I'm like, I really didn't know how to feel. I didn't know if it was a play. I didn't think play. I'm like, maybe they just into it right now, had a disagreement about something, and, it'll be back bros in the morning. But obviously, this is something that's staying from a few days ago. So, a few days ago, I was also watching some clips of Back on Fig, you know what I'm saying? Because, shout out G Perico. G Perico was on Back on Fig, and he was having his hosting as far as who he was going to bring on his tape to do music with him next. And I tapped in the next day, I think, to see who they had announced as the winner or whatever. And I had ran into a clip, or I don't know if it was live. I can't remember if it was live or if it was a clip. But I had ran into the segment of Heather getting at Smacc, telling Smacc she seen him cleaning floors and she didn't like it. So Smacc like, man, that's old. Like, and like, what didn't you like about it? So Heather like, well, you don't clean floors around here. So like, it just seemed kind of crazy seeing you clean floors elsewhere. And like I said, I don't know what goes on at Back on Fig. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who does what. You know what I'm saying? So I cannot even speak on the matter. That's a Back on Fig matter, because those are the people that's in that working space and environment that's there that knows what's going on. So, however, it had been many disagreements on Back on Fig. You know what I'm saying? Whether it had been Smacc going back and forth with his childhood friend and T-Rail, or whether, it had been little disputes with Heather. Now, the disputes I do see with Heather, it makes me cringe, because a dispute with any of my partners, girl, no matter how close we is, definitely when it's getting hostile and we going back and forth, it just don't sit right with me. So the few times I have seen Smacc go back and forth with her, it was like kind of like, this ain't it ain't a good look. Not that it's not a good look that Smacc is looking bad, but it's not a good look because now this putting your childhood friend in a situation where he have to defend his wife, his baby mama, and the kids of his mother. And it's like, that's kind of like a no-brainer. But it's like I said, I don't know what the situation is, just generally speaking. I know the situation is over. It's over this cleaning situation allegedly, but I'm just saying, generally speaking, like on these situations like that, like for me, and like that's why most of the time I think it's an understanding, or I'm like, man, it's just a family bond, and you know, whatever the case may be, it's gonna be. But I'm not having my woman argue with no homie friend of mine. We gonna cut that short. We gonna cut that short because we do not want to be in situations like this where we have to choose and, you know, get into it with people that we've been knowing forever over BS, because this is a BS situation. Now a situation of a clip of him sweeping the floors and led to a whole bunch. But I don't want to keep on talking you guys' ears off, man. You know, we're going to go ahead and get to this content. And y'all already know, man, it's the Hef Way and the Hef Effect. We're going to commentate.
If he think he going to replace me, well, let's just let our lawyers do the talking. That's all I'm going to say. Because I got my lawyers on retainment right now. So my lawyers is finna be getting at him and Heather lawyer. You get what I'm saying? Y'all won't see me on the Wednesday show, the Friday show, the Monday show. I won't be there. I won't be there. I'm telling y'all right now. I don't know who Terrell think he is, or he think he better than everybody, but I don't give a. I'm not no nigga could dictate and tell what to do. Since he want to play these games and think he playing with me, I'm gonna show him how slow and how retarded I am. There's on retainment. I'm in Texas right now taking care of some business, but they will be getting at this nigga. They will. I know I can't get to him because he's bankrupt. So I can't get no money out of him. But my lawyers will be coming at Heather Sanders. Yes, you will. Yeah. My lawyers will be getting at Heather Sanders because she got the money. She got the bag. I got the document. I got everything that I need. Because I've been putting up these files. That's what I'm saying. I've been putting up these files for motherfuckers that think I ain't got receipts. I got the receipts. I got the receipts for Terrell. Everything.
Now I'm gonna saw you sweeping floors the other day on Insta story.
Yeah, that was old.
I was old. It instantly made me upset.
Why?
You don't sweep floors here.
Because the floors don't need to be swept here.
Yes, they do. They're dirty. Like, nobody cleans up here.
I never seen you with a mop or broom in your hand.
That's what you do see. I clean that mother bathroom after you, dirty ass, nasty. Chelsea does too. Everybody cleans the bathroom.
Through here
but
looking
I
all
clean
pretty.
that shit.
You don't do nothing.
Yes, the fuck I do.
I ain't seen you with nothing.
I come. First of all, you're not here.
Smacc was trying
to clean up other niggas' dookie, all kind of shit. Back on Fig running the code program. After said, niggas dookie all on the wall. Clean it up. Get out of here. I love this. She looked at nigga dead eye, that is dookie in there.
Alright, so bam. Y'all heard it right there for your own ears. Y'all seen it with your own eyes. Y'all heard Smacc speak his piece. Now, getting to Smacc first. As I already explained, from what he say, ain't no need to get on Instagram and make this a public announcement if he ain't gonna stand on that. So obviously he's standing on business and what he's speaking on. You know what I'm saying? So Smacc said he's not gonna be on none of the shows no more. Now what I'm trying to figure out, what has led to this? What has led to this? Was it vocally spoken that Smacc wasn't gonna be on the show? Was there more beef behind the scenes because Heather speaking on him cleaning somewhere else and not cleaning there, and then him getting at Heather like, man, you don't be cleaning either. You just come here looking this type of way. You know what I'm saying? This person clean. I forgot the name that they said that clean. Also, shout out to Too Gangster for YouTube, because this is his segment. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it live for myself, but Too Gangster for YouTube put everything together to where I didn't have to do the work. I can just, you know, do a few edits and upload. But it looked like it's serious for Smacc. He say he down there in Texas handling business. He'd be back. And when he come back, you know what I'm saying, like basically, you know, he trying to sue. The thing I dislike about it is when the ugliness come out, you know, because they are bros, you know, even though we have seen T-Rail and Big Deal Meeks, you know what I'm saying, as blood brothers beefing over the net, you know what I'm saying, over business or whatever differences they have. Smacc been down there, you know what I'm saying, holding shit down with them. You know, they been sticking through it, you know what I'm saying, through the thick and thin. He just bought Smacc that chain to show his appreciation and things like that. So I'm trying to figure out, did her really coming out asking him why he was cleaning somewhere else and that conversation go left field to where it came to all this? That's what I really want to know. So furthermore, with that, as I always point out and speak on and say, people getting caught up in these social media chats, getting caught up in the social media slander. So it probably didn't help it anymore and didn't make Smacc feel any more good when he seen a segment of T-Rail, you know what I'm saying, sitting down with Mac Wop and Mac Wop clowning like what type of ship is they running back over there back on Fig. You know what I'm saying? He like, you know, y'all running a tight ship. Y'all talking about cleaning Dookie off the wall, all type of stuff. You know, it's all fun and games and jokes, you know, people podding, but some people gonna take this podding stuff serious, you know what I'm saying? But I think amongst bros and people that you have relationships with, you should already know who the characters is. You know, and some of these people that you will take it personal with, at the end of the day, you can't like pay attention to these people because people will try to make content out of anything. They will find the smallest thing to try to make content out of and run with a narrative. You know, some people don't have integrity. Some people don't care about integrity in the social media space. Definitely when it comes to a dollar amount and a dollar that can be made. You know what I'm saying? Can't let these chats catch you up. People been getting caught up in these chats on social media. People been letting the chats and the people on social media who not doing the content control the narrative. And some of these dudes are doing the content that's helping push the narrative of the chats. But y'all already know, man, in the half effect, man, we don't get caught up in that. And I hate to see this for both of these guys that are bros. You know what I'm saying? Because Smacc like he ain't coming back now. Now, what I do want to say, something that Smacc said, and, you know, I don't have a dog in this fight, and I'm not in this situation. They still family at the end of the day. Hopefully they can come to some type of conclusion, you know. But, you know, Smacc, already threw the slander out there. T-Rail ain't got no money. He broke. He bankrupt, you know what I'm saying? Heather Sanders got all the money, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically, he make all the money and give it to her, or however it's set up, you know, whatever in her name, however it go, you know, they business, but my boy Smacc spoke on it. But what I want to say pertaining to that, like that right there, that can be took and blown up on social media. And that's when you let social media control what you said. They control what you said and make it bigger than what it is. And, you know, sometimes as friends, you know, we forget that we friends, that we bros, and, you know, that we had these tight relationships, and we let these narratives be controlled and let them broker the bonds that was had. Now, what I was going to say, the last time I was back on Fig was probably about, like, that had to be, like, roughly, like, 5 months ago or something like that. Like, 5-6 months ago, I went up there with, the bro, D3 the Gas Man, you know. He was going up there, you know, it was his first time back on Fig. It was long overdue, you know, they showed much love. Came up there, played his music, you know what I'm saying? I came, you know, as guest with him, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know, I spoke a little bit, but let bro do his thing. However, during that episode, when I first walked up in the building, I seen a woman that was inside like a windbreaker sweatsuit, like a white sweatsuit. She had on like a white windbreaker sweatsuit jacket that was all white. I think it had like black stripes if I'm correct. And then she had like the sweats to match. You know what I'm saying? Had her hair down. She was around the back on Fig office, you know, cleaning stuff up, cleaning up. So, you know, I just looked a few times. I didn't know who she was. You know, I thought that maybe she was just staff that worked there. You know what I'm saying? Now, fast forward. Once we get to going and we sitting down on back on Fig and it's lights, camera, actions, and we talking, the realization comes to me that this person that was wiping and spraying stuff down was Heather Sanders, you know what I'm saying, which is T-Rail's wife. So, you know, my boy Smacc, being that she had came for him and was like, you don't do no cleaning up, but you cleaning up here, you know what I'm saying, Smacc came right back like, man, you don't do no cleaning, you know what I'm saying, you just look pretty. And she like, boy, I do cleaning. And like I said, I don't know if she clean all the time. I know my second time at Back on Fig, when I came in the door and I made it into the main lobby, that woman was definitely cleaning, my boy Smacc. I definitely did see her clean. But I can't say that you ain't never cleaned the spot. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, y'all figure this situation out. It don't get more blown up than it gotta be on the social net. Hopefully, Back on Fig it's not over with for Smacc. And hopefully, you know, T-Rail not trying to find nobody to replace Smacc. Hopefully they can have a side conversation and broker what's need to be broken. You know what I'm saying? If not, then, you know, let the chips fall where they may. It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing. And press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail.
I'm trying to tell you.
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 I'm trying to tell you.